Mark, most lopsided loss in club history. What happened tonight?
They were very, very good. Outstanding performance from them. Probably the best that they might have played against a top team. And maybe one of the strongest performances we've seen in the league for a long time against a top team. And on the other side, we're on the other side of our form and our performance. We were probably at our worst.
That was probably about as sluggish as I've seen you guys play. Do you feel like that was something with the preparation, or what went wrong to have you guys come out like that?
Yeah, I agree. I think it was in all the areas of preparation, and it starts and ends with me. Tactical and game prep, and through physical, through mental, through emotional. It was probably down there at the very, very worst. And it'd be easy to say sluggish, and on the physical side we were just way behind everywhere. But in all areas, we were way off. And when it's one specific area or it's a few players, you can often say it's easier to pinpoint. Right now, there's a lot of things that can factor into that. And sometimes it's hard, especially when you're at this point in the season, to go and change a load of things. But identifying one or two to have the biggest impact possible to make sure that we don't look like this again is key. But all the factors. Of course, I've already got things on my mind. I had things on my mind coming into this game and where we could be, and there's things we'll reflect and try and improve. But right now, the most important thing for us is to know what we're fighting for, and how we're going to fight for that, who we are. Just because that was, when you put in a performance like that, on nights like that, when you're playing a team at their best and you're not having a best night, what you're here for, what you stand for this organisation and this team and this club, as staff and as players, that's the thing that you hold on to. And it was tough to see that tonight. So fortunately we have a bit of time before our next game to be able to first identify who we are. And I say identify, find that, remind ourselves of that. We know who we are. But put that right at the top of the list and say this is who we are, and this is what we're fighting for, and this is what we're working for. And on the good nights and on the bad nights like this, that will guide us. That'll be our shining light. And I don't think that was there tonight from any of us, which obviously made it hard.
Mark, did you sense any of this in training, like fatigue or just any indication before this that?
We've been here before though. I think that it was clear. Right? It was a tough one in altitude in the second half at Utah. We don't get what we went for after a very strong performance, and it's been a weird weekend and 2 days coming in trying to prepare for a really big game. I know it's exactly the same for them, and they've travelled. They were coming off a disappointing performance but got the result, and probably didn't play their best against Sky Blue but got the win. For us, of course, it was a tough 2 days preparing. And in reflection, it's one of those where do you drop it all the way down and just try and get sharpness, but then you sacrifice some of the things you need in a very competitive and physical game, which it always will be with Carolina. So I think it's a big first lesson. So there were signs, but there's been signs before. It's an 8-month season of the most combative, physical, demanding league in the world, and we've been here before. Tougher when you're playing a team that just were outstanding in every area.
And what could you have done differently against their high press? Because especially early in the first half, even before they had the lead.
Yeah, what we were great at when we played them here last time was getting on the switch. And I thought their pressure was a little bit better, but we just unfortunately we weren't finding those moments tactically or technically and getting on the switch. So our fullbacks and our wide players, who probably had the most of the ball in my game last time here, they weren't on the ball. Ellie and Rasso had some great combination down the right. We kind of got stuck down there, and they found some solutions. But we pressure was a little bit better. Their freshness and the sharpness, their energy was much better than last time they were here. But we weren't finding a solution to get on the switch like we did previously. And when you do, obviously the game can open up a little bit, not just because you get to the weak side, but their box has to move a bit. Their box didn't have to move a lot, and we played into their strengths, unfortunately, and it hurt us.